Welcome to the channel, everyone. Well, today is the day that I swap out the headlights in my 09 Silverado 2500HD. Told you when I did the taillight video that I had new headlights for this thing. So that's what I'm gonna do. You can see I've already changed the headlights. Those are not the factory headlights. I really do like these headlights. So the low beam is an LED in the projector there. The high beam is just, I don't know what that is, an H3 or whatever. But it puts out good light. I did swap out the side markers to LED, and I love the LED, but it gave me hyper flash. And that annoys the crap out of me. These new headlights should have resistors. I have resistors in there, but it doesn't seem to be helping. So hopefully these new headlights are going to take care of that problem. So let's show you what I picked up. Okay, so here's what I picked up. And you can see it's, well, if you guys know the newer 1500 Silverados, you'll recognize a lot of this. It really looks just like the newer 1500s. It's got the LED headlights with special reflectors or something like that. It's supposed to be really nice. It's got this accent running light, I believe, right there, just like the newer Silverados have. And then it's got, of course, your parking light. I'm not sure if this is a daytime running light also. I think it's got the, what do you call it when it moves? I forget what it calls you when it moves, but when you turn the turn signal on, it flows or whatever. I can't remember the name of that for some reason, but anyway, there they are. Got these. These are, actually I picked these up from AmericanTrucks.com, guys. I'll have a link in the description in the comment section where if you go to American Trucks and make your first purchase, you can save 20 bucks if you use my link. That's also going to help me out on my next order. So it's a win-win situation. This is actually, AmericanTrucks.com is the only place that I could find these headlights. They have another version of this that's quite a bit more expensive. With I guess LED projectors or something. I felt like this was sufficient. I already spent way too much on these headlights, but they should be really nice. They call these Raxiom headlights, but these are made by a company called V-Land. That's who was selling these on Amazon, I believe, was V-Land. If you look that company up, they're a Chinese company, and they make kind of higher end headlights and taillights for kind of newer trucks. Maybe they felt these trucks were too old and they weren't going to sell them anymore. I don't know why, but AmericanTrucks.com was the only place I could find them selling these headlights, and they had them in stock. They have actually both versions of the headlights in stock. Like I said, use my link. Save some money, guys. So I'm going to get these installed. Oh yeah, I forgot. They also have a little accent strip on here that you can color match to your truck and stick it on. So I don't know. I got to get them on there. We'll see what it looks like. It's already got a black accent right here. And my truck is black. So I don't see why I'd have to color match that. You know, if you had a different color truck, maybe lighter colored truck. This is kind of a black headlight. It's mostly on the darker side, so it should blend in with my black truck, just like I did the new taillights. So yeah, it's plug and play. Trying not to wreck these because, like I said, these are really expensive. Here's the back side, and it's pretty much plug and play. It should just plug into your tail light or your headlight harness. This right here is for the running light. They supply a fuse and everything, a fuse tap that taps into your box. I'll show you what I do there. And that runs that accent light, I think. Again, this might light up white as well. I'm not totally positive. The pictures were confusing. But either way, I think it's going to look good. On my 2500, this is how you run it on the 1500. It's red to red, green to green. But I guess on my 2500, I got to swap these over. So red will go to the green, and green will go to a red. For some reason, the 2500s must be different. I don't really know why. But that's what they're telling me in the directions. So I guess let's start the disassembly of the truck, and we'll get these on. Okay, so to change out your headlights, you got to take out the grill. The grill, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts on top. Then there's 3 clips, metal clips that hold. There's one there, one there, one there, one there, and then there's 2 on each side on the bottom that you gotta. I usually take like a pliers and you just kind of squish them a little bit and pull out. That usually pops them out. They may have a tool for that, I don't know. But yeah, then once you get your grill out of the way, you can get to the headlights. Now, you can see I've got a custom bumper on here, so I can actually get to, there's a side bolt. There's a side bolt in here that I can actually get to on the headlight without taking the bumper off. I believe I was able to reach into the factory bumper. You just can reach in there with your hand and feel around, and you can loosen that bolt up. But I'll show you that bolt once I get everything apart. So I'm gonna get my grill out of the way here, and we'll go on from there. Okay, so once the grill's off, you got 1, 2, there's a 3rd bolt down under your bumper. Like I said, I think you can get to it. I can get to it easy because I got this custom bumper, but if you got your factory bumper on, you kind of got to reach up there blindly and take it off, or you just got to loosen it. You don't have to take that bolt off. I'll show you why in a second, but just loosen it up a good bit. And that's also going to help you tighten it back up if you don't take it out, because I'll show you why in a second. But I got all the bolts. I got this one loosened a good bit. These ones off, so the headlight should come out. Then you got to unplug it. Okay, so once you get all the bolts off and loose, and if I remember right, this is a really tight fit on the fender here. You pretty much got to work this thing. I felt there was like a certain way you had to just kind of got to work this light because it's pretty tight fit. And then once you get it all out, this thing has, well, see, I'm going to have a bunch of wiring that normally isn't there, guys, because I have a snowplow harness. So I've got to unplug this. There should be just one main plug, and that should unplug your light. I'm not going to have that again because I have a snowplow. So let me get this figured out. Okay, so this is the bolt behind the bumper. That all you got to do is loosen it up like so, because I'll show you on the light. The light has a slot that slides into it. It's not a enclosed deal, so you can just loosen that up and slide your light out. Okay, so it's been a while for me. It's been probably a few seconds for you. I had to do a bunch of wiring again because I have a snowplow on this thing, so I had to tie into the factory wiring. I actually did it before the headlight plug, so now if I change headlights, I don't have to do any kind of wiring. I can just unplug it from that main plug. But I've got the headlights up in there, and I've done a bit of testing to make sure they're working. I'll show you how they work in a second, guys. I got to get it all back together. Got my wiring tidied up. I run out of loom, so I'm going to have to pull this apart and put loom on. But they really look good, guys. They fit really nice. They're just really nice looking lights. I had to tap into the fuse box. Actually, I got a couple taps in there, but this is the one that I just did. But actually, I think you're supposed to go to number 43, which is this one, and I already got something tapped into that. So I had to tap into this one, this is the one I was tapped into for the other lights, the running lights. And I believe that's what that controls. But I mean, everything seems to be working when I just did a quick test. So let me get my grill back on so we can get an overall look on what this is going to look like. I'll be back. Okay guys, it's all back together and it looks awesome. I mean, I love these headlights. I mean, it updates the look, and I just love these. I questioned myself when I spent that much money on headlights, but now that they're on there, they're awesome. So I'll show you the functionality of them. I'll turn the parking lights on. So those are the parking lights. The two side lights are on. Looks more like that in real life. Pretty bright. I know it kind of gets drowned out with the camera, but turn the headlights on. Well, they don't look that bright on camera, but they're really nice. They're throwing off a really nice white light. Should be awesome. There's the high beams. Looks like tons of light. And that's the turn signal. And that's, I guess that's a sequential turn signal. So that's pretty neat. Now I'm not sure, I can't get my headlights to shut off, so I wanted to see what the daytime running light was like. I don't know if that amber part turns white or not, but I'll get some other footage and I'll throw it in the video here. One thing I do have is I still have hyper flash, and I don't understand that. That used to go away when I turned my parking lights on, but even that won't stop it now. So I don't really know what to do with that. I've tried to look for an electronic flasher for this generation truck, and it's like I can't find anything. I know you can run an electronic flasher in the older generation trucks, and you could stop that. Okay guys, so I figured out a solution to the hyper flash, and actually has nothing to do with the headlights. The headlights are fine if you have stock taillights. What I did to test this was I took off my LED taillight and I put in bulbs to simulate the factory taillight was on here, and the hyper flash goes away. Okay, so that tells me that the headlights are fine. They have the resistors and everything inside the headlight, so you don't get hyper flash. So the reason I got hyper flash is because of these LED taillights. Now these have a little resistor right here. It's a 40 watt, and apparently that's not enough. So what I've gone and done is I put another 50 watt 6RJ, I don't know if that's what they are or not, but I put another resistor in the line, just in one of these. And how you wire these in is you go to the positive on the turn signal, which is that's right here. Then you go to the negative on that same light. So that's how I wired the resistor. That's how you wire a resistor in. Now remember, these get hot. The longer you have your turn signal on, the hotter they're going to get. They will melt wires and plastic and stuff like that. So they want you to attach it to metal. I usually just let these float so they're not touching anything but metal, because they don't weigh that much, and my wiring is really good, so they're not going to fall off. So with this resistor and this resistor, the hyper flash is gone. Everything works fine. So I'm really happy. I'm going to get this button back up, and then I can show you them working correctly. Okay guys, here we go, the test, turn signals. You see they're not hyper flashing anymore. Both sides. So if you have a problem, guys, you got to use resistors. So in this generation, I guess that's probably why I couldn't find any flasher relays, because I guess the computer does everything with this generation. You can't just change out a flasher relay. I have heard that maybe you can go to the Chevy dealer and they can go on the computer and change settings and maybe it'll work. I don't know, but I had the resistors, so it really cost me no money but my time. But I'm real happy that I was able to solve this issue. That hyper flash drives me crazy. I just went to town one time with it doing it, and I about lost it. I about lost it because every time I put my turn signal on, it hyper flashed. So, issues fixed. I'm happy.